dollar is a dollar and a dime is a dime. We'd sing another chorus, but we ain't got the time. Back to MMA Lockup.
Welcome back to MMA Lockup here on Fox Sports 1190 AM The Fan. I'm your host, Jeremy Hurtt. Folks, make sure you check out the website. It's MMALockup.com. Also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at MMA Lockup. On the line, we have UFC welterweight and coach in the upcoming Ultimate Fighter Nations Canada versus Australia, which premieres on Fox Sports 1 Wednesday night. He'll be coaching opposite of Kyle Noke. On the line, Patrick Cote. Patrick, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, thanks.
Ultimate Fighter Nations, I think it's the 5th time the UFC has done this concept where it's kind of country versus country. In this instance, it'll be Canada versus Australia. Obviously, proud Canadian yourself, you're coaching Team Canada. Tell us, when did the filming begin for this season of Ultimate Fighter?
That was at the beginning of November.
Beginning of November, and it's a 6-week filming, is that correct?
Yeah, 6 weeks, 6 weeks and a half, yeah.
Okay, so it's already wrapped. Tell me, what has the process been like? I know you're a veteran in the show. You were back in that infamous the comeback season. What's the process been like now coaching instead of competing on the show?
It's a lot more work. A lot more work because, you have to take care of the training, you have to take care of the game plans, study the opponent. And, you have to adjust yourself about all the character inside the show, inside your team too. When you're a fighter, it's pretty easy. You keep your weight down, you go in the gym, you train, you do what your trainer said, and you fight. That's pretty it. And, it's very simple. But, you know what, I had a blast and, that was fun to do it. And, they asked me to do it again, I'll do it.
And you speak about a lot of different characters. It is kind of a different situation. You put all these different guys in a house living together and training together and no outside influences, and it's just you're sort of stuck with each other every day. And certainly one thing we've seen on the show over the seasons as it's evolved is a lot of in-house drama and stuff. Is that something that you've seen yourself? Have you seen kind of those dynamics playing out with people kind of grinding on each other's nerves? And has there been any kind of, how do you feel about Kyle Noke? Do y'all get along pretty well? Or has there been any drama there?
Yeah, we didn't have any drama between us. Kyle and I, that was really easy to work with because, that for us, in our head, that was clear that we were there for those guys. We're gonna have our business together. We're gonna fight in a couple months, and for sure we're gonna talk against each other soon. But right now in this show, there wasn't any beef between us. And but in my team and in Australian team, they have a lot of different characters, and you'll see that for sure. You put 16 guys in the same house, they have to fight each other for 6 or 7 weeks. For sure you're going to have drama, 100% sure. And don't miss the first episode because we're going to set the tone of the season. In the first episode, when they were the first night inside the house, you'll see that, those Australians, they came here and, they came here for a reason. They came here to win this show and, they didn't want it to let, the place to the Canadian over there. And, it's going to be a fantastic season to watch for sure.
Canada versus Australia. These are two countries. Canada, obviously, a very proud tradition in this sport of mixed martial arts. You can list the fighters all day long. Australia, maybe not as much tradition. If you look at the rosters for this season, y'all definitely have more experience. Is that something that you've seen play out in the house? Have you seen the experience really coming into play? Do you feel like, has your team sort of been deeper in that regards?
Oh, 100% sure. On paper, we were so better than them. And we knew it, and they knew it too. But, man, fight is a fight. You're going to see a lot of things that maybe it's going to shock you during the season, a lot of surprise. All the fights are crazy. All the fights during the season are insane to watch. And, it's going to be a fantastic season, like I said. But you know what? You can be favored by 1 million on paper, but fight is a fight. And when the bell rings, it's not about only the skills. It's about who won the most and who's ready to pass over the pain, over how tired they are. And those guys, man, the Australian, they took the plane and they traveled half of the world to come here to do this show. So they wanted to win. Trust me, they're all banger. They were rough and tough, and that was a lot of character in this team too. So it's gonna be good.
And I'm sure the pride thing plays in, because again, Canada, a fantastic resume in MMA, and Australians are known kind of for that rough, gruff loner attitude. Do you feel like the whole concept of also not just representing your team, but saying, I'm Team Canada, representing a whole country? Do you see, does that kind of like weigh in heavy on the fighters and coaches?
100% sure. They just put you a little bit more, not pressure, but your pride. You're proud of where you're from. And for sure you want to win this show, but with this concept of Tough Nation, just put a little bit, a little edge about it, because you want to represent well the country. For sure, it's Tough Nation. Canada, you want to represent them. It's a big honor to be in the UFC, to be in the show, but if you put, you have to represent your country on top of that, it's awesome.
Now, obviously, you can't go into the details as far as who won. Obviously, we're not trying to spoil the show at all. But if you can, is there anything you can tell us about the contestants, who to look out for, what to expect? Guys that maybe you saw that you think, even if they're not necessarily in the finals, like maybe guys that could really stick around in this sport for some time.
Yeah, but like I said, all the fights are crazy. All the fights they're really fun to watch. And, I'm pretty sure that, even if those guys who lost in the first round, they may be, have a chance to have another chance in the UFC, because, like I said, the fights were crazy. All those guys put all their heart in the show. And, you saw like a very high work ethic from both teams. And, yeah, that's pretty what I can say. That don't miss it, because the fights are just very fun to watch.
Definitely feel the excitement coming across from your end, which I think is portends very good for this season. What staff did you bring with you? Who did you have there on your staff in the house? Because so much of what happens in the house is that ability for these fighters for the first times to really be with really accomplished and talented staffs. Who did you have on hand for this season?
I brought a really good coaching staff with me. I brought Fabio Landa, who is my main coach. He's a BJJ black belt under Brazilian Top Team, founder of Brazilian Top Team Canada, well respected in the UFC and in the country. I brought David Zibelman, a wrestler, my wrestling coach. He's training the national team here in Canada now, and he went to the Olympic Games of Beijing, so very high-level technical guy. And my Muay Thai trainer, who is Crew Ash, two-time Morocco champion, two-time named the best international trainer in Thailand for the Muay Thai. So, like I said, we had no weakness in my coaching staff, and myself, I brought some experience. I brought some more. I was more training partner with them than just a dictator and say that, okay, do that. For me, that was very important. Everybody was working together. We were a team. We were Team Canada against Team Australia at the beginning, and for me, this concept was really important, and everybody understood that very well.
Well, Patrick, it sounds like you had a lot of fun filming and obviously training these young guys up. Really appreciate you coming on the show. A lot of respect, both for what you do. You've been in the sport, you've been in the UFC for 10 years. You fought pretty much everybody. Nothing but the best of luck to you. I know you fight Kyle Noak in April. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's gonna be in April. The announcement of that will be in a couple of weeks, maybe next week.
All right. Well, again, Patrick, we want to wish you all the luck in the world. We appreciate you coming on the show, folks. That's Ultimate Fighter Nations Canada versus Australia. Head coach for Team Canada, Patrick Cote. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Any partners? Anybody like that?
Oh, just, everybody support me since 10 years, all my sponsors, my friends, my family, and, once again, don't miss the first episode of this Tough Nation. For us, for our country, it's pretty big, because here the fan base of the MMA, of mixed martial arts in the UFC in Canada is just incredible. So, that was about time to have a tough season here.
Thank you very much for joining us. You're welcome back anytime.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Yes, sir. Folks, you're listening to MMA Lockup. Make sure and check out the website. It's MMALockup.com. Also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at MMA Lockup. Don't go anywhere. More to come when we get back.
Je criais ma douleur aujourd'hui. Vous auriez peur de mon cri. J'ai tout détruit comme plaisir. Et ça fait mal, je peux vous le dire.